Hello everybody and welcome back to Best in Class. Can you believe we're already 14 episodes in? Feels like it was months ago that it started, and what a time we've had so far. We've had surprises, shenanigans, salary disputes, and other S-word situations here. I'm sure that there's still plenty left to go as we near the peak of Assault Mountain. Today, it's the turn of the 85-tonners to show what they have to offer. Eddie's been working through the night to ensure he has all of his mech factoids down for this one. So let's get to the mechs. One of the best known assault mechs in history, the Battlemaster truly lives up to its namesake. Well armoured and armed, it can weather the storm and return in kind to any opponent at optimal range. Though a costly design to produce and maintain, I would know I'm still paying off one I got years ago, the Battlemaster, in the right hands, can be like a painter of mass destruction, and each battlefield, its canvas. Once again, a classic heavy design becomes an assault in the hands of the Northern Monkeys. Yes, the Marauder IIC is a blisteringly hot weapons platform, eschewing the classic Marauder's armament for a quartet of ER Smalls, a trio of ER PPC, and a duo of medium pulse. Having seen one of the Boffins attempt a full alpha strike in this unit, I can attest that although it was quite a light show, the resultant explosion of the mech's engine left me and Eddie in hysterics. The term heavy assault unit can be thrown around a lot these days, but no mech quite fits that description as well as the Stalker. Eddie swears that although the Atlas is a terrifying foe, the Stalker is a far more deadly one, and I'm inclined to agree. Equipped with enough firepower and armour to act as a lance in and of itself, very few could ever say they've walked away from a fight with a Stalker without some scars, both mental and physical. Known as the Massacre to the Inner Sphere, the clan Warhawk is a sharpshooter in the right hands. Equipped with a powerful array of ER PPCs and a single LRM-10 on the prime unit, the Warhawk quickly became one of the most feared units to encounter on the front line of the invasion. Assisted by an advanced targeting computer, clan pilots could simply choose their location to aim for and the system did the rest, making each shot a crippling blow. Sadly, the Boffin screwed this up in the simulator and we have Rocket to pilot, so don't expect much. And with our admittedly small selection introduced, it's time for the drag race. And here we are ready for the drag race.
Yes, well this should be, slow.
Slow going.
Very slow. But come on, Battlemaster!
Yes, Eddie, it's a fine choice there. It's a magnificent looking assault mech.
It is, absolutely.
My choice, personally, is going to be the Warhawk, or the Massacre.
Well...
sounds like massacre.
Right.
That's
as good as Battlemaster, is it?
Well, I mean, it's pretty good.
It almost sounds like...
It's going...
Battlemaster
I think it's gaining some... It's gaining some...
No.
Oh,
Battlemaster wins.
Marauder just
wins.
about second, then the Warhawk, and... Well, unsurprisingly, Eddie the Stalker in last, but that's not surprising, really, given
She's not built for speed.
No, it is not. But with the drag race over, and the points on the screen now for our loyal viewers to see,
yes,
we turn it over to our tame mech pilot.
That's right. Some people say he's been seen sneaking down into the mech bays at night and caressing myoma bundles and calling them sweetheart. And that when he does deign to take a shower, he keeps his boxers on because he doesn't like to look down at the unemployed. All I know is that we're contractually obliged to call him Critical Rocket.
Yes, and that takes us over to your choice, Eddie, the Battlemaster.
It certainly is, and not without good reason. Now, I know last time I went on a little bit about the Awesome.
A little bit, yes.
It is a fantastic
mech. And before that, the Orion.
Yes, which is also a fantastic mech. And guess what? This is also a fantastic mech.
I'm hard-pressed to disagree with you here, Eddie, to be honest. Outside of the fact that I have to say, I think the Boffins, when they were clearly processing this for the simulator, it looks a bit different from the Battlemasters we both own.
Yeah, apparently this is something to do with some variant, an external modification, but the internals they're using are the correct ones. So yes, we don't have the more rounded cockpit that you would actually see when you're looking at a Battlemaster.
No, the correct shaped donal PPC, the legs look completely different, the shoulders look entirely different as well. It looks nothing like a Battlemaster.
No, it doesn't. I don't know where they got some of the for this from.
It's almost like it was designed by somebody who was being told what a Battlemaster should look like, and they just kind of came up with what they thought or maybe it has bits sticking off the shoulders. That sounds right.
Yeah, well, yes, I think you're basically saying that it's designed by someone who's never actually seen a Battlemaster.
No, I don't think
I'm not entirely sure it's been designed by someone who's ever actually seen a mech. But, that aside, the...
Harsh, Eddie.
Harsh but fair, let's be honest, harsh but fair.
Oh,
the Battlemaster is a prince of the battlefield. She looks incredible. When she smashes her way across the battlefield, that PPC in hand, which of course she can disconnect if need be.
Oh, you can be erect watching that thing walk across the battlefield.
Oh
Eddie.
my god.
Certainly a tight pants situation indeed.
Plus, though the cockpit looks a little snug even.
No, that's the face
Smug.
of the pilots while they're in a Battlemaster.
You know what? I think you might be right there.
I can't help it. As soon as I strap into the old Battlemaster cockpit, I can't help but just grin ear to ear.
Well, that's right. A few years ago, we both went for a ride in one. The Battlemaster, as I would imagine our fans know, is very well built to carry
roomy.
A second co-pilot.
Yes, it's used as a command unit as well as just a nice training unit for some
That's
officers.
right. So I was in the second seat whilst you were piloting, expertly as usual.
And co-host and co-pilot, yes.
And we were talking about the mech as we were piloting it along, and oh my god, the visibility is perfect. The heads-up display system still works fantastically after, 400 years of design?
It's roomy enough that there's a jacuzzi in the back, a jukebox, a small bar, and even the ability to watch a trapeze artist perform there, or even a belly dancer if you should please. The Battlemaster is, to say the least, roomy.
It is very comfortable. The setup to make sure that you don't feel the pounding of when that mech starts going just keeps you comfortably. It's like you're in a warm blanket of heavy-duty armour, myoma, and all the rest of it.
All that good stuff, yes.
Yes, all of that. And then carrying enough firepower to level most.
We're talking about the good stuff. Can Rocket take out this trebuchet?
I've heard some people...
Oh, he didn't. What a surprise.
Well, it's not really,
What a surprise.
Although in this mech, he should be able to. Now,
easily.
I've heard a few people claim that the Battlemaster is a little underarmed compared to lighter mechs such as, say, the Warhammer or the Marauder. They carry twin PPCs. The Warhammer carries another SRM-6. It also carries medium lasers, and Marauder likewise with its pair of medium lasers, and it's AC5. Is the Battlemaster underarmed in comparison? I wouldn't say it is. Yes, it only has the single PPC, the 4 forward-facing Martel medium lasers, 2 in the rear.
6 in the simulator, and it's not going well for Rocket.
Yeah,
he's lost a side saw, so that's nearly 50% of his weapons have gone there.
And his SRM-6.
Oh.
But the point is, this mech can just wade into the middle of a battle, in most cases not really fearing the damage it takes, at least not early on. And that leaves pilots in smaller, less armoured mechs to really start to wonder, are their weapons even doing any damage?
The enemy's weapons certainly did damage.
Yes, as soon as I start saying it.
Well, if we have a look at what the idiot did, it was a 269 match score, apparently. 373 damage. I mean, he did okay, I suppose, but I mean, for Rocket, it's not really that impressive.
I'm disappointed. It was my choice.
Not a win, Eddie, either. He lost 25 points as we roll over to the Marauder.
So, it's another Marauder.
Number 3 in this season, Eddie. There's a Marauder 2 to come up much later on.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, this is the Marauder 2C, the Northern Monkey's favourite.
Is it? Well, good for them.
Second line mech. It's armed with a quartet of ER small lasers, a trio of ER PPCs, and a duo of medium pulse lasers. It's a very high damage, high efficiency energy boat, so to speak there, Eddie.
Yeah. Well, I don't know much about boats, so...
Nah, won't go on boats.
I do know about a certain group who feel that they may have got to a mech before us.
Right, well, are you going to tell the story, Eddie, or do you want me to sort of open
Well, you
it
can
up?
start it off, but
Well-
I'll chip in where I feel is appropriate.
Okay, well, for everyone at home, I'm sure that many of you for years have been watching the seasons of Best in Class that have been going on, and over time you may have seen that there's been alternative offerings. One of those includes the Team at Technical Readouts. Now, we've had our disputes in the past. They've referred to us as a couple of clowns in battle mechs risking life and limb for cheap entertainment, and they prefer to purport themselves as a much more down-to-earth, more technically minded duo in the form of the main host, Aidan Van Chance, and co-host Maximilian Voxel. Both of them are a couple of Steiner boys.
Yes, they are. And they really thought they'd pipped us to the post on something, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Down on the nice, welcoming world of St. Ives, we were invited, alongside many other industry veterans and the such, to the Stalker Battle Mech Convention, where they were going to be highlighting one of their new Innosphere Omnimechs. Wasn't that right, Eddie? The Sunder.
The Sunder. Yes, we were really excited. But then we found out that Technical Readout pipped us to the post on something. They were going to get to actually pilot the mech around the track that they'd built there.
It was my fault, to be honest, Eddie. I mean, I should have gotten to the board to sign us up sooner, but
it doesn't matter.
Michelle Clapspatten was supposed to be there, and I had to try and find her.
Yes, I know. Well, that's water under the bridge right now.
Wasn't there, Eddie?
Yes, I know. I know. Let's just stick with.
Oh, right, yes.
So, our their resident pilot, if he can be called that after this fiasco.
Yes, well,
he'd been having a few
of the champagons.
He'd been enjoying a bit of the bubbly.
Yes, a little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly. Which is probably not going to go well with a neuro helmet.
No. Definitely. I can attest, actually, to that.
A few misfiring sparks when you've had a few to drink might just get in the way of your ability to pilot a mech at a show that's being both recorded and watched by a number of big-wig engineers and
entertainment professionals, but more importantly, obviously, members of other houses and their militaries, contractors, and all the rest of it. And what exactly happened when he marched out in the brand new, shining mech? Yes, the Sunder Omnimech, a fantastic unit, one I wish the Boffins had bothered to add, despite our requests numerous times. They refused to ever add any Omnimech technology for the Innosphere. But, yes, Mr. Van Chance took a step or two, somehow managed to cross the legs of the Sunder, which actually amazed many of the engineers who were on site, pirouetted, and fell into a hangar. Also referred to as a silo by some, I'm informed, and crashed into the building, destroying numerous display units. A couple of them were even classic vehicles of the time that were found on Starcore Industries' lot. And yes, the brand new Sunder and had a bit of a tumble.
It certainly did. It had quite the tumble. In fact, he pretty much destroyed its left arm.
Yes, crumpled flat like a paper cup. Unfortunately, the incident didn't make it into the episode. Surprise, surprise. In fact, they didn't even highlight the Sunder at all.
No, they didn't.
Despite the fact that if you watched the previous episode, they highlighted that they were going to be in the Sunder and that it wasn't there.
Yes, they did.
But footage of it does exist out there on the HBG networks.
He couldn't get the neuro helmet off. The impact. It was stuck on his head.
And then he vomited inside it, and it was one of those new ones with the glass covers. And
they were trying to remove it. They couldn't even open it up to help him breathe. It was incredible.
Mr. Van Chance with his fancy haircut and his fancy clothes and his fancy way of speaking with that slight Germanic accent the whole way. Which, by the way, he doesn't actually have any German ancestry. He just puts that on.
He does just put it
Maximilian Voxel was there prancing around.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was the drama.
The ridiculous suits he wears anyway. But they got the helmet off, the vomit.
It dripped everywhere. Yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing, I'm sorry. The smell was dreadful.
I dared not get that close, to be honest, Eddie. I know you were just looking for an opportunity to see some of the internals of the Sunder. But,
well, some of them were on display, weren't they?
Let's try and find Clapspeed, not long after. I was told that she'd left.
Oh my god.
20 minutes before.
I don't blame her. So,
One day.
to our friends at Technical Readout, hey, you guys just keep on producing that kind of quality show.
Yes.
And I'm sure you'll catch up to us any day now. What are they? 47th in the ranking?
Oh, something down there. But that's the end of the round for the Marauder IIC.
Oh,
Apologies
dear.
that we didn't
Sorry
talk about that too much. Rocket performed abysmally. Despite the fact that his team won, he only handed 236 damage out and 194 match score for a total of 20 points.
Help me!
Oh, nightmarish stuff, Eddie. Nightmarish.
Oh well.
And that takes us over to the Stalker.
Now, I have to admit, this is also a mecha-like.
Well, you were torn between this and the Battlemaster, to be
But
honest.
for very different reasons.
Oh, yeah. Go on, you explain it.
Right, well, the reason for me is, as an engineer, this has got to be one of the best mechs to work on.
Mm-hmm.
The unusual design means that there are beautifully made locations inside the mech where an engineer can get to, making it really, really good to work on. I mean, an absolute pleasure to work on. Some of the systems are easy to get to, easy to dismantle, easy to repair. Getting to other systems on other mechs, you have to just almost pull the mech apart, but this...
Well, with you being
joy.
known as the Ferret, mainly because of your ability to squeeze into those spaces inside mechs that many other engineers just had trouble getting to.
Well, for multiple reasons, yes, I'm a smallish gentleman, and so that helps. But my father said that I was very good at ferreting out those little missing bits and pieces inside mechs, rivets and things like that. I'd ferret them out, and so the name stuck.
Yeah, so any of you thought it may have been because he was a mech pilot. That was not the case.
No, I'm an engineer. I can potter around in a mech. I know how to wear a Nero helm. I know how to power them up and so forth. But I've never taken one into combat. No, I'm not a mech jock.
No, unlike me, a Solaris hero. Worshipped by many at one time, Eddie. Yes, I had my legions of fans.
Well, yes, I
the
suppose
good old
that's...
days.
Yes, the good old days, as you say. Most engineers on mechs can usually pilot them to a modicum level, and there have been rare occasions where some engineers have even ended up having to suit up and fight to defend a production line or a
on occasion, and then
forth.
talking about suiting up to defend themselves, Rocket's got a pair of direwolves descending upon him.
Yeah, this isn't looking good for such a fantastic
Oh, he's
mech.
lost an arm. Do you think he can come back from this? Because the Stalker is very, very heavily armed and armoured, sacrificing a fair chunk of speed.
Yeah, I
to be able
mean,
to,
that huge engine, and yet the bulk of the mech is carrying just an absolute... I mean, such an array of weaponry.
Well, we've
medium
had a
lasers, large
discussion in the
lasers,
past, haven't we, where you
SRMs.
hold very firmly to the belief that though the Atlas is certainly a king of the field, a terrifying weapon,
Yes, that's right.
the Stalker, you argue, is definitely a more deadly opponent.
I think that there have been situations where people suddenly realise that the Stalker is deadly at every range, and it just doesn't seem to get any less deadly. I mean, once you get into short range, alright, the LRMs can't come into play. But that's okay. Here comes the SRM-6s. Here come the medium lasers. Those
Indeed.
large lasers can still assist the LRMs at certain longer ranges. I mean, this mech is just devastating. And my god, can it take a beating? Yes, I mean, he's taking a beating now. But most of his weaponry is still operational, and he's still in the fight for the moment.
He's still kicking.
All right,
At least 75% of his weapons are intact.
Alright, I would agree that he's not necessarily doing the best with the mech. Now,
He's not the
obviously,
best pilot in the world now.
I'm saying this from the point of view of an engineer, obviously. But even I can see that he still has a fair... now...
Oh, it's a Rifleman 2C.
It's a Rifleman 2C, but looks a little hot.
Now that 2C's got a little bit of damage. He's opened up there in the sights
but
also.
So has Rocket.
Yeah, let's see how this... Oh, large pulse, but he's the enemy sim AI is spreading the damage across him, and whereas Rocket's actually using his brain, and he's aiming for that sights also. In fact, there it goes. And it's completely disarmed. And there's the kill.
I'm dead.
Oh, I can't fault him on that one, Eddie. That was a well-deserved kill for Rocket.
That was a very good kill.
Unassisted, which is surprising, because usually he needs people around him to get anything done.
And as we both could see, well, as we could all see...
Madcap Mark II! Okay!
Oh my goodness!
What's happened? Is this actually Rocket controlling the spec?
It certainly is.
I believe he's had his Weetabix this morning.
I'll tell you what
this
is. This is what happens when you go up against a Stalker.
Clearly.
That's what this is.
And so far, I'm counting 2 clan mechs killed by an Innisphere 85-tonner. Honestly, I couldn't be prouder at this
he's
point.
in another fight, though. This could be the end for him.
It's the Black Hawk holding over. It's a
maneuverable
bugger.
Into the rear, but he's getting away.
He's turning and burning.
Think he's going to get this one.
Rocket's lost a side torso, I think, as well.
This is not looking great.
Oh, those ER medium lasers.
Second now, he's going to
no! That's a third kill. That is a confirmed third kill.
Confirmed third. Oh my goodness.
3 clan mechs destroyed, a medium, a heavy, and an assault mech by a single Stalker.
A single standard Stalker.
And looking at the points, Eddie, I don't even need to see the end here now, but with 3 kills, a pretty certain victory at this point, outside of some kind
he's done a fair amount of damage.
His damage has got to be high.
It's difficult not to do a lot of damage.
I can't see this not being the winner of this week's Best in Class.
Even though this isn't your choice?
It's not my choice. I'm a firm believer in pushing technology forward.
Next, the Warhawk.
The Warhawk. I'm going to root for it, but this is one of those matches. It's really come out of left field.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
this is the same as his match in the Catapult. It was incredibly well piloted by Rocket, and he got the win there.
That was
what?
That was Presenter Olden.
Presenter Olden.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Presenter Olden. We double checked it with the Boffins.
It was on the camera
footage. That's the end.
So
that's the end of the round, Eddie. That's the end of that conversation.
It's the end of the round. It's the end of the conversation. Fine.
Well, we're not going to be sued. That's what's going to happen. Let's see. So Rocket's score was 450 match score, 583 damage, 3 kills, and a win. 65 points.
Nice.
Impressive stuff. Right, well, we go on to my choice. Now, with that Stalker match, though, I'm not quite sure. I don't think Rocket's got it in him to do a double like this, to be honest. But I'm really rooting for the Massacre to at least get second place here.
Well, it's got your vaunted superior tech, so let's see what it does.
Eddie, I'm always one for advancement in technology, and if the clans, all of their faults, all of the issues with them, the invasion, the side, they're the ones who at least decided to look at the technology and improve it. And I'm always one for more power, more speed.
That might have been because they weren't in 1, 2, 3, let me guess, 4 succession wars.
Well, I just find it to be a laziness on the part of the great houses, personally, when the clans clearly just had their minds in the right places. And they got this built. The Massacre is an absolute joy to look at.
Sometimes you're a blithering idiot. However, this is obviously a terrifying mech to come up against. Like all of the mechs that we've been showcasing here tonight, this Warhawk is an absolute terror.
Well, quad ERPPCs backed by a single LRM-10, but the most dangerous element of the Warhawk outside of its weaponry is its targeting computer.
Well, now there's a piece of tech that quite a few Innisphere techies like myself would like to get a look at.
Yes, well, I've seen a few Battlefield sort of gun cam imagery of it from some of the Curetans who managed to get their hands on it, including the Coordinator at one point, who did pilot one during the invasion. And yes, it did show that the accuracy of the PPC fire from the mech was staggeringly on point, basically allowing a pilot to almost select on a whim what part of the mech that they wanted to aim for. The computer just did the rest, gave you a aiming reticle and fired there and you'd hit. Even fast-moving targets weren't able to dodge such a blistering fire from a Warhawk.
Yes, unfortunately it seems to somehow paint the target, and then obviously its advanced computer systems somehow anticipate where the projectile or laser needs to be focused to hit that particular area. It's a terrifying piece of tech.
I mean, I do say, if I could get my hands on one of these targeting computers, I'm sure I would be dripping in Michelle Klapspeten, because I would just go back to the Solaris Arena and show just how damn good I am, and then she'd be all over me, Eddie. Yes, that's what I need to have happen. Yes.
So,
you ever had a girlfriend, Eddie?
Yes. Now, getting back
What's it like?
Getting back to the Warhawk. You idiot. Getting back to the Warhawk for just 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
You okay now?
Seconds.
You've recovered?
I don't know, you were the one who were laughing, Eddie, not me.
Well, we've probably got about 2 minutes, so... You're the one laughing.
I'm not laughing, Eddie, you're
Yes,
the one laughing.
I'm not.
You're the one who's trying to make it out, then I'm the one laughing.
That's because you are.
The one I'm laughing at is anyone who discounts the Warhawk. This is a deadly mech.
Right, okay.
Fix your hair, Eddie, it looks ridiculous.
Thank you. So, anyway, getting back to
the
Warhawk. Doing this thing.
Rocket's overheating a little bit, and his team is on the back foot,
They
I'd
certainly
say.
are.
They have high ground, but unfortunately they're not stepping out from it. And it's only through the virtue that some of the enemies are getting a little bit cocky that they're walking out in front, and they're regretting that every single time. Those 4 ERPPCs, which Rocket is actually using quite smartly, firing 2 at once, and then the other 2 in volley fire, keeps his heat down. He can get several volleys out that way, because no one wants to stand in front of that amount of firepower for too long.
No, I bet they don't. And if you're in a lighter mech, that's just going to tear through your
Oh,
armor.
it burns through
Yes,
very quickly.
absolutely melts it away. And that's what PPCs and...
A weakened one-legged target down here, and here comes Rocket to see if he can pick himself up a kill. A very easy thing done by Mad Dog pilots, and hence the reason they were called vultures, really.
Yes, obviously in the sphere, this is called the Masakari, as you said earlier.
It's a Japanese battle axe of some description.
Yeah.
He's overheated, but I think he did get the kill, Eddie.
Right, okay.
But,
And he managed
here
to...
comes the enemy.
Oh,
It's
my
a
goodness.
Corsair.
Oh my goodness, this is not looking good.
Piece of pirate equipment that was added. That's a piranha. He's whacking that piranha, but the Boffin's...
Oh, the heat.
The Boffin's hit detection is all over the shop, and none of those
my
BPCs
goodness.
registered. He's
Systems
dead.
are gone.
It's a nice paint scheme he has on that,
Well, it was.
if he does so say himself.
I'm sure he does. My goodness. I was going to say it can wither a storm almost like the...
He was being attacked by
Stalker,
3
but-
mechs at the same time.
Yes, he was. He went out on a limb and...
It's one of the Boffins attempting to fly over there, Eddie.
Yes, she seems a little confused, so we'll leave her to
She's
it.
gone mad and started laughing incoherently.
Yes, well, it happens from time to time. Some of these boffins are a little strange.
I'm not sure what's going on with the Boffins.
No, me neither. But, you know,
They're a weird one.
obviously
A weird
they're
breed
having-
are the Boffins.
They're having fun. But, yes, the Warhawk perhaps didn't show off some of its fighting prowess with
it's
Rocket in the cockpit.
It's a mech that has a fearsome reputation. It was used mainly by the Smoke Jags.
The Smoke Jaguars, yeah.
Jealously guarded by them. Only apparently speaking to a few
Survivors.
clan warriors who had been taken as I don't know, was it the human salvage, whatever it is, when they come over, like
Bondsman.
Bondsman, that's it. Yeah, a few of them would discuss it. And they'd say that the mech was only outside of the Smoke Jaguars because of salvage or some kind of post-battle agreement that they would get some.
Ah,
Strange ways of the clans.
indeed they are. Indeed they are.
But that was the end of the round, and it was a defeat for his team, but was it a defeat for the Warhawk?
Well, let's see the scores on the door.
382 damage and a 274 match score gives it a total of 35, and he got 2 kills as well. So as you can see, there's the scores as we lead into the Grand Melee, and yes, it's looking like a tall order here, despite the victory that may come about. It's looking like the Stalker may have the edge in this battle, Eddie.
It looks like she may.
And this is it, Eddie. It's the Grand Melee.
And with mechs as big as this, even the big boys in the corners are probably a little nervous about what's going to happen when the final mech
There's one of the Boffin's cats is out in the room again, Eddie.
It's in here again. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
How does it get in? It's a hermetically sealed room. It's soundproofed and everything.
I don't know. We'll shoo it out in a minute.
You'll shoot it out in a minute. It probably just needs feeding.
Probably.
But here we go with the fight. Now it's a 4-on-4, and interestingly, they've both broken off into 1-on-1 fights with the
Yes.
Battlemaster and the Stalker duking it out, and the Marauder IIC and the Warhawk fighting over, going out of bounds of the arena. I'm not sure. Oh, the Battlemaster's taking a bit of a pounding. I think it's lost its PPC.
Oh no!
But at that shorter range, I don't think it could have really used it anyway.
Well, he's in close enough range so that those LRM-10s can't be brought together.
Meanwhile, the
But everything
PPC
else
flinging of the 2 clan mechs is very much on point.
Look
Both
at
of these
this.
machines armed with ER models, so there's no worry about minimum range.
But there is a worry about
Heat management.
Heat management, and unfortunately that Warhawk suffers it quite badly.
Overheat, but so does the Marauder 2C, Eddie. It does have only energy weapons. There's another one of these animals in the room.
Let's just ignore them. Let's concentrate on what we're seeing here.
Oh, here we go. Now the fight has finally joined us all four. And there goes the Battlemaster, Eddie.
Oh, it had to be, didn't it?
Oh, that's minus 10 points for the Battlemaster.
She couldn't have won, but I hoped for a... I don't know what I hoped for. The Stalker's still moving. She's in a nasty battle at the moment with the Marauder 2C, is that?
Oh, yes, yeah, it definitely is. But the Marauder 2C now taking strikes from the Warhawk as well.
Yeah.
It's getting double T,
and
it's dead. Yes, it's down to the Stalker and the Warhawk. My choice versus yours, Eddie.
Well, mine was the Battlemaster, actually. But, yes.
Oh, that's right, yes. I fucked it up at the end there. But it's the very end, so who gives a flying shit? Anyway, the Stalker, it's having a good old Barney there with the Warhawk.
Yes, it certainly is.
Yeah, they've lost an arm. Bollocks.
Still firing.
Still going. Both of them have lost an arm each.
Come on, Stalker, you're my sudden choice.
Sudden choice. Well, you like the Innisphere. The Stalker won.
Oh,
congratulations! There's your win. There's the points at the end.
There's my win, apparently.
And with the scores on the screen there, the Stalker in first, flying ahead of 82 points, the Warhawk with 39, the Marauder 2C with 26, and sadly the Battlemaster with 23.
Well, you know.
If nothing else, it's certainly proven that the Stalker is a force to be reckoned with, and how it will perform in best in weight class, I can't wait to see, Eddie.
I know, I'm looking forward to it too.
And on that 85 done bombshell, good night.
Good night.
Right, well, thank you all for watching once again.
Thank you.
Sorry for the lateness of this one. At the time of the week this was uploaded, I had a colossal PC blue screen meltdown.
Yeah.
Had to reinstall Windows, and then it just got delayed. Sorry about that. Shouldn't happen again. Hopefully. But I hope you all enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Have a good week all. Bye.